here at the Center of Light for Applied Metaphysics to have a Sunday service. And I welcome you as I dedicate the flames that we have up here. The Center 3 I dedicate to 3 of my favorite masters and masters that have contributed dearly to theosophy and inner spiritual guidance. So with it saying that, I dedicate this flame to Saint Germain. This flame I dedicate to Master Moria, and this flame I dedicate to Master Kuthumi. I dedicate this flame to Archangel Raphael, who has power and authority over this time of year, the spring. Also a healing angel, as all are. This flame I dedicate to the Diamond Platinum Ray. This flame I dedicate to the Center of Light in Huntsville and the Center of Light in Australia. This candle I dedicate to Archangel Michael, who was often keeping our backs clear of the dark and keeping us light, wielding his sword. This flame I dedicate to friends and family, who hopefully we'll be seeing more of in the near future. Thank you. And now I would like for Nancy and Donnell to grace us with a beautiful song, Alleluia, Now I've Come.
Tomorrow, Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. I will go and send my Spirit unto you. He will show you who you are and who you could be. Alleluia, Alleluia. To where our life will know no end. Alleluia, 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 Alleluia.
Thank you, Donnell and Nancy. Beautiful song. Now I'm going to recite the Great Invocation, one of our favorite decrees here. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of light and love work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. The next decree I want to recite is called the Diamond Platinum Ray Decree. We call for the assistance of Saint Germain and Archangel Michael from the center of light and the light within. We call for the Diamond Platinum Ray to come in. I am the Diamond Platinum Ray. I am the ray of the awakened soul. I am the activation of the divine blueprint codes. I am the crystal divine light grid, the perfect human soul. I am the awakened dormant aspects of DNA, the divine alchemy of humanity, and I am the ray of the awakened soul. I am the platinum ray, the quickening ray of ascension. I am the virtuous frequency of perfection, the silver light of intense purity. I am the light structure of the divine swords of Archangel Michael and Excalibur. I am the razor's edge of excellence, the twin ray of the golden Christed ray. I am the quickening ray of ascension. I am the diamond platinum ray. A very strong decree, very strong indeed. You can feel the power coursing through this center when that decree is read. I would like this morning to talk about responsibility. I know that sounds kind of severe, but it just happens to be a virtue. And after reading a list of virtues, I homed in on that virtue because I've always felt, even as a young girl, that responsibility is one of life's greatest virtues. I could see it in my parents, and I guess I can only see what's reflected back. And these are interesting times we live in, and it's been a challenge to keep a positive and optimistic outlook on life. The uncertainty that we experience every day seems to transcend our normal previous lifestyle. And it results in a bit of frustration too, not being able to take my granddaughter to the swim center. It's still not fully open to the public. Not being able to meet my friends up here at the center. Not being able to meet my friends at work. And having my work limited too. Not to mention inflation, everything. Because of the restrictions in work and pandemic exclusions or jobs that, weren't considered necessary. But it's important to have a focus on inner strength. And during the pandemic, it also provided a lot of opportunity to, go into that inner place and kind of check your light factor there too. Here at the center, one of the most important things that we do is try to do self-realization using the consciousness chart, the 12 points of consciousness. I do harp on that a lot, but if you read those, a lot of human frailty is scattered throughout that we need to work on. It's a help for gaining mastery in ourselves. And I recently read that our purpose for incarnating is self-mastery, not self-indulgence. Now the chart reveals many ways to create this inner strength and to create a higher spiritual identity. Now, if you ever look at a list of virtues, you may find more than one list. Even Buddha had his own special list, which was a little bit different. But looking at that list of virtues, I thought, wow, I actually have a little investment in all of them, a certain percentage, I guess. So it was kind of heartwarming to see that, well, maybe I'm not the darkest soul on the face of the earth. So Buddha was a royal prince, but did he maintain that path? No. He got off that path and walked another one, which was a very responsible thing to do. It appears that responsibility comes through a consciousness of harmony. So we have to overcome, if you look on the consciousness chart again, you have to overcome, looking at harmony, you have to overcome self-pity, self-justification, and that poor me game. And that, guess who the master of harmony is? Master Serapis Bey. He's Shohan of the fourth ray and hierarch of the Ascension Temple at Luxor. The fourth ray, as you know, stands at the midpoint in the 7 rays and is the Ascension Flame. Serapis is also known as the Great Disciplinarian. He's not an easy teacher, but very effective, and he is one who demands a responsible student. To be responsible requires the ability to choose your response, not blame your circumstances, your conditions, or conditioning for your behavior. Master Moria says responsibility is an honor. An honor, a responsibility. That came from the Law of One book. Eventually you have to accept full and total responsibility for the actions that you perpetrate. So everything you've done and haven't done are your responsibility. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your permission." Good saying. Now, if you want the meaning of your life, you can only answer by being responsible. And each man is questioned by his life. Also realize that we're responsible for what we think, because it is only at this level that we can exercise choice. What we do comes from what we think. So if you're thinking criticism, condemnation, jealousy, then you need to stop and think about where that energy is going and how it will come back and affect you and others. The Buddha says, of course, we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts, and our thoughts make our world. Master Lanto suggested another skill for improving myself. He reminded me one morning that I can only see in others what I see in myself. I've heard that many times at this center. And he asked me, can I see my own love reflected back in others? And this is not ego. This is looking at your manifest world to see yourself. It reminded me of the other day when my sister visited. She was very depressed and upset. And my job is to perk her up and maybe a few words of wisdom. And so as I looked at her, I could see the pain and depression, actually. And so I had to start looking at her just with love and with understanding and thinking, how can I turn this around? And you know, it worked. I have to put that into application, as some of our books tell us. You've got to apply what you learn. Thinking about Master Lanto's words, I had a landscaper also coming that day, and I'd never met him before. He was new, and I thought, you know, I'm going to look at him like he is the best landscaper that ever walked the face of the earth. And I was just happy to be in his presence as we walked all over my yard, talking about how he would make it a better place. And I felt good when he left, and I think he did too. So remember, when you point a finger at someone else, you have 4 fingers pointing back at yourself. Winston Churchill said the price of greatness is responsibility. Sigmund Freud said most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility. And most people are afraid of responsibility. Bob Dylan, he said a hero is someone who understands the responsibility that comes with his freedom. George Bernard Shaw, we are made wise, not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. And good old Abe Lincoln, he said you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Wise words. So I leave you with remembering that you have power and authority over your life. And don't be afraid to be responsible. Also, be grateful for the beings who created you. The guardian spirits, the angelic hosts that protect you, the elementals that have sustained your bodies and life. Those are the great white brotherhood who have remained exiles from the glories of nirvana that you may find the pathway home. You are loved today and every day. So show your love through acts of responsibility. Thank you for being here today. I want to return the flames and have Nancy play a beautiful song called Imagine. Thank you, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. Thank you, beloved masters, Saint Germain, Kuthumi, and El Morya. The Diamond Platinum Ray. The Center of Light, both here and down under. And thank you, friends and family.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No earth below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Oh, oh, oh. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill and die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No disease nor hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as